Okay, if I could be completely honest with you, I just wanted to make sure I had the correct answer. There was one other time I did a recording and I recorded the wrong answer. So I just wanted to check it out to make sure it was accurate. So I'm not giving you any information that is incorrect. That would be very upsetting. So let's go on to the next problem. It says a large plot of farmland will be used for a new field. The seed that the farmers will plant on the field is sold in large tanks. Each tank can cover 72 acres with seed. How many tanks are needed to cover the entire field with seed? So let's get our highlighter out. And we are going to first identify the question, which is how many tanks are needed to cover the entire field with seed? Notice it says how many tanks. So there's going to be obviously more than one tank. Okay. The important information that happens to be in here is that there's 72 acres with seed. And that's for each tank. Ooh, there's a key word, each. Okay. And it shows the field size right over here as 1,140 acres. Okay. So in this case, both the size and the labels both start with acres, but with seed. Each tank can cover 72 acres with seed, where this is just the size of the field, which is 1,140. So represent the situation using a division problem and then identify the dividend and the divisor. So we are going to do that first. The actual problem would be 1,140 divided by ugly looking 0 divided by 72. So we're going to go over here and we're going to look at the problem itself. And we're going to say, can I divide 1 divided by 72? The answer is no. How about 11? Also no. How about 114? See, the further you go out, the nicer it is, because that means we only have to do this twice. There's only going to be 2 digits. And if you still need to write down, does McDonald's sell cheeseburger? That is okay. If you don't, that's okay too. That's even better. Okay, so we're going to first take a look at our 114 and our 72. So let's start building our toolbox. 72, do we need to build some more on? Why not? Plus 72 is going to be 144. That's a wee little bit too big. So we are just going to go with the 1 as our first digit. That'll give us 72. We're going to then, we just divided, we're multiplying, we're going to subtract. 4 minus 2 is 2. Now, you could do all this regrouping if you want to, or you could just look and say 11 minus 7. Okay, that's going to be 4. So we compare. 42 is an awfully big number, but 72 is still bigger than it. So it's okay. Bring down to 0. Okay, we're going to have to build onto our toolbox because 420 is a lot bigger than 144. So we're going to add on another 72. And that will come out to be 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 216, not there yet. So add another 72. Let's circle this one. Okay, 6, 7, 8. That is a 1 and a 7, so that would be 8. And this would still be 2. So that's our fourth multiple. Looks like it's still not big enough. Okay, so we're then going to do 288 plus 72. Eight plus 2 is 10. Regrouped. 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 7 is 16. And 1 plus 2 is 3. Now the question is that enough? Well, let's see. We could add another 72 to it, just to be safe. That would be 2. This would be 13. Regrouping the 1, that would be 432. Too big. And that went kind of off the page a little bit, but that's okay because you're seeing everything that I'm seeing. So we're going to go with the previous one. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 72 times 5 is 360. Okay, so we divided, we multiplied, we're going to subtract. We have to regroup here because you can't take 2 away from 6. So we're going to make that 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. And that would be a 0. So the seed is sold only in, so let's see, divide, show your work. Okay, we did that. The seed is only sold in full tanks. How many tanks must be purchased to cover the entire field? Well, there's 15 full tanks, but what does this 60 represent? That represents 60 acres that would still need to be covered. That is a problem. So can you get 60, 70 halves or 72s of a tank? It's going to be a problem because the tank will be cracked and seeds are going to be everywhere, okay? So they're going to have to do what? They're going to have to get 16 tanks. Will there be some left over? Yep. So it says, how many acres will the seed from the last tank cover? The seed from the last tank will cover 60 acres. Ugly E. All right. So there you have it. Now, it's Friday. We all want to be done, right? Well, actually, for me, it's Thursday, but we all want to be done nonetheless. Guess what? This check understanding is brought to you by Easy. Okay, so let's take a look at it. We need to have our highlighter. Okay, Milo will cut a 136 foot long roll of wire into 16 equal lengths for fencing. He finds that 136 divided by 16 is 8, remainder 8. How long will each length of wire measure? So you don't even have to divide this. They already did it for you. They gave you the answer right here. Isn't that sweet? Very nice. Okay, so there's our answer. the question is, how long will each length of wire measure? Just for the sake of argument, equal lengths. Okay, keyword each, but we really don't need to worry about that. So the question is this an exact, or is this a, like the other problem we just had, where we got to add a little bit more? Well, there's only 134 foot. It's only 134 foot long, and there's 16 equal pieces. So for sure, it's going to be 8 feet long. But how much, what are you going to do with the remainder? The remainder is going to become a fraction. It's going to be 8/16. Now, that would be feet. Each piece would be 8 and 8/16. And 8/16 actually comes out to be 1/2. All right, so let's look at the last problem we have here. And lo and behold, they solved it for us again. Trina has 232 books to put in onto shelf. Each shelf can hold 38 books. She plans to fill each shelf before starting the next. She finds that 232 divided by 38 is 6, remainder 4. How many books will be on each shelf? So let's highlight the important information. How many books will be on each shelf? 232 books. Each shelf can hold 38 books. She finds the answer already here. Okay, so how many books will be on each shelf? There will be 6 shelves. Let me get you know what? Let me just erase this. Let me make it look nice and neat. All right. What do we find? Well, we know that there's going to be 6 shelves that have how many books? 6 shelves with how many books? 38 books. And what about that last shelf? There will be 1 shelf with 4 books, because that's how much is left over. Well, there you have it. That is today's lesson. So, do we need to do the on your own? No, because it is the weekend. Now, if you'd like to do the on your own, I will have the answers to the questions on Monday's lesson. But what you can and should be working on right now, if you are not done with your IXLs, be working on your IXLs. If you have not gotten 100%, which would be 10 out of 10 on your review number 1, please be getting 10 out of 10 on your review number 1. If you are all done with all those things, you could be working towards getting your reflex green light, or you could also be working on waggle. It's up to you. Just make sure you have all your IXLs and 10 out of 10 on your review before you do any of those other things. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope to be back on Monday. Thank you so much for all you do to be so successful. Talk to you on Monday. If I could figure out how to stop the video. There it is. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.